Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Just wait a few moments for everyone to join in. I'm really excited because today is the launch of our brand new You Are My Sunshine collection. So I wanted to hop on and explore it with you and kind of show you the different things that we've been working on for months and months, it feels like. And we'll wait a few moments, of course, for everyone to join in because I know it's going to take a couple of moments for everybody to pop in and say hello. But please do say hello whenever you're in because then we will be able to get started. Okay. Hello. Okay, so it looks like Darren is here, and Shannon is here, and Brandon is here, and Nikki is here. Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm going to make sure that I don't miss anybody. Hello, Julie. Hi, everyone. Hello. It's new release day, which is really exciting. Hello, Lori. All right. Well, it looks like we have quite a few people that have now joined us, so I am going to go ahead and get started. Yes, the background, it's summertime. I guess I should move out of the way so you can all see. It is summertime here at Brutus Monroe. So this release is all about the barbecue and the beach and swimming and all things summer. So I wanted to get it all switched around so we were ready for the summer. All right, so let's go. Thank you, Shannon. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So I'm going to go through everything. I'm going to try not to do rapid fire. We do have a lot of stuff to cover, and I'm going to show you a couple of different techniques with things. But all week next week, I will be using these products with you. So the plan is all week next week, I will be working with these products. And also Shannon's going to be working with some of these products with you tonight. So let's go ahead and let's go to the top view. And I will start showing you everything that we have. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit because it's really close right now. Let me make sure I'm centered. I moved everything last night because we did a live last night and I kind of shifted and moved things around. Hello, Carol. So first thing we're going to start with is we're going to start with the stamp. So the crazy thing is this is the release. This giant bag is everything that's in the release. So I want to show you first the stamps and then we'll move on to everything else. And that's kind of how my setup is here on the background. And it will be easier for me to show you it that way. Okay, so we are going to start with, we will start with our little froggies. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you can, whoops, that's zoom out, not zoom in. So we'll zoom in a little bit so you can see these little froggies. And I think it's going to be really fun for you to use these. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Can everybody see all right? I'm doing the top camera, Natalia, so if you want to come around, you can to show this side too. Because you won't be able to see you. See, it's this camera. All right. You can see it? Okay, perfect. Sorry, everyone. Natalia's here with me today. She is our TikTok queen, and she's filming a behind the scenes of how I do a live. So I just told her she could come around. All right, so this is the first one. So this is our Froggy Fun. So Froggy Fun is just that. It is Froggy Fun. So we have the little frog that has his little beachy beverage in his swimsuit. Then we have the frog in the inner tube, the frog that's lounging with the beach chair. We have this sassy little frog down here in her bikini, and I love that. And then we have the grilling frog. Now, it was important that the grilling frog is separate. So these two pieces are separate, so you can use them in tandem or separate from one another. Then we have I find you riveting. Don't worry, be hoppy. You're totally awesome. Leaping lily pads, you rock. And then leaping for joy. So just as a reminder, our stamp sets do all have coordinating dies, but the dies cannot be purchased separately. Excuse me, they're not sold separately. So you can either get this, or if you get the coordinating dies will be in the back. And of course, the coordinating dies work perfectly with this stamp set. Okay, so that is Froggy Fun. Next, we are going to go to Summer Lovin'. So Summer Lovin' coordinates with the frogs, or you can use this completely separately. So with this set, we have an empty beach chair, we have the grill tools, we have a popsicle, we have, of course, a little kite there, we have the little floaty for the pool, a flamingo, and then we have It's Barbecue Time, Soak Up the Sun, Hello Summer, and then Hooray. And down here, there's another sentiment, and it says, let's get together, and then also chillin' and grillin'. You just can't see it because the Stamp and Die combo sticker's on here. Hello, Colleen. So this is what it will look like if you get the Stamp and Die combo. So the dies are in the back, and you have a little sticker on the front. So don't panic if you open up your package and you got a Stamp and Die combo and you can't find it, because if it says Stamp and Die combo on the back, your dies are just slipped into the package. All right? So that is Summer Lovin'. Then another stamp that we have that will coordinate with those other little picnic pieces and the frogs. I'm just trying to kick this up so you can see it a little bit better. So this is called Picnic Table, and Picnic Table is just that. It has a picnic table. It has all of the little pieces for the picnic table, such as a little cake. It has a bag of chips. It has some watermelon. It has the little hot dog, and it says simple pleasures are life's treasures, and relish today, catch up tomorrow. And of course, this one also has a coordinating die set. This coordinating die set is great because, as Darren always does, which I love because it's something that is very true to the way that our dies kind of cut out, is it will cut out these inner pieces of the picnic table, so you'll be able to see behind it. Okay? Yes, it has all that and a bag of chips. That is correct. So that is the picnic table. Last but certainly not least, for our stamp releases, we have, this one is called Water Lilies. So obviously there may be a time that you want to use the frogs in their natural habitat. So you may want them to still be in a pool, which would be really cool, like a summer pool, but maybe you just want them to have the water lilies. So you can see here, you can do just this little frog here and then give them their water lilies. Or you can use, it would be so funny to put this frog with her bikini walking past, you know, kind of a body of water, whatever that, yes, this is the new release, Jerry. And that would be the lily pads that you could put there. But there's really great sentiments like, hello friend, thanks a bunch, you're the best in thinking of you. And then of course there are some dragonflies on here as well. So just really, I mean, really, really cool stuff when it comes to the stamps. So does anybody have any questions about the stamps right now? Let me know. Because next we're gonna hop into the dies. Oops, and I actually don't think I have all of the dies. Whoops, I think I need the I Love You a Bushel and a Peck and the picnic basket. Thank goodness Natalia was still here with me, or else I would have been up the creek. All right. So here are the new coordinating dies, and I'm so excited to show you the new packaging. Now, I'm not going to open up every one of these die sets because it just doesn't make sense, but I will open up all of the die sets as we begin to use them next week, okay? So I'm not going to open up all of the die sets, but I'm going to show you what they look like. So I'm going to start with the non-word ones because the word ones have something special. So thank you so much, Natalia. Okay, so the first one we have is the Summer Tier Tray. So most of you love our tier tray. So the way that our tier tray die works is if you buy the base tray, okay, which might be something we could put on there as a bundle. I might have to think about that. But the tier tray, do you see how it's white and there's no color? That denotes that there isn't any you're not getting the tier tray. You're getting all of the pieces that go with the tier tray. So you can see here, there are a ton of pieces that you are going to receive with this tier tray die. And this is just essentially an add-on. So if you love your tier tray, which I know that so many of you do love that tier tray, this will give you all of the pieces that you need to put your tier tray together. Okay? Is everybody still with me? So that is the tier tray the tier. So do a bundle with the original tier tray. We can do that. Yeah. All right. So that is the new summer tier tray. Then we have, I think this is probably one of my favorites of the whole gamut. This is our barbecue die set. So what's hard to believe is that all of these dies don't exist. They do. It's a really large die set. It's a great die set. And it has, of course, the little shish kebab on it. And then it also has all of these. So you can see on the back all of the pieces that you will get. So if you're inviting folks over for a barbecue, or if you have a barbecue that you want to, or someone that you want to celebrate, someone that's a grill master in your life, this is an incredible die set. And this really is a die set that you'll want to have, because you can really do everything that is on this front cover, and it's just really, really cool. So that is the barbecue die. Okay. Then next up in the dies, we have quite a few dies that are launching this time, and I think you're going to love them all. Next up, we have the picnic basket die. So this picnic basket die includes all of these separate pieces. So you can do the picnic basket, you can do the burger, the ketchup, or the little utensil, and you can create them just like this would be here. So I'll open up this one to show you what the packaging looks like now. So when you pull this out of the package and you open it, it is going to have the die, of course, inside. So here is the die. And then on the opposite side, it's going to give you a project idea. How cool is this? So this is going to give you a project idea of how you can make something with this die. And it's also going to give you the products that were used. And you can scan this QR code and it will take you to all of the other products in this release. Okay, so that is what our new packaging looks like. I promised you all that we would put a project idea on the inside, and we did it. So there's now a project idea on the inside of every single die that you get. And hopefully someday we might be able to do this with stamps. I think that would be really cool as well. All right, so moving on to the word dies, and I'm super excited about these word dies because they really mean a lot to me, and I think you're all gonna really love them as well. So first and foremost, we have the I love you, a bushel and a peck. This is something that my mom sang to me when I was little, and still says it to me to this day. But I love you, a bushel and a peck, I think is just such a great sentiment, and this will fit absolutely perfectly on the front of your card. So this is I love you, a bushel and a peck. Again, you are going to receive all the letters as well as the outside piece, the shadow piece, and they're all going to work together really, really well. And then, of course, our namesake for this release, the You Are My Sunshine. The You Are My Sunshine is also available as a large word die. Okay, and one thing I want to share with you while we're talking is you may notice on here, and this may be something that is, something that you struggle with. I know I struggle with it. When I cut out the I love you, a bushel and a peck. So let me pull this to the side and just give you an example here. So this is the way your dies are going to come. So your dies are going to be two separate pieces. They are already in that package. I'm not going to open them up. So the way it works is you have your shadow die, and then you have your letters, okay? But some of you may be like me, and you struggle a little bit with once you cut out all these letters, you're like, oh my goodness, how the heck am I gonna figure out how to get all of those back to where they need to go? And if you're like me, that is your struggle. So I'm going to just very quickly cut out the letters real quick and show you what I did to make it so much easier for you. So just bear with me one moment. I'm gonna cut this out real quick. Is everybody following so far? How do you feel about the release? Do you like it? Does everybody like the release so far? All right, so let me just kind of zhuzh this off of here. I think some of my letters stuck, but that's okay. All right. Okay. So what I did for you, well, I did it for me, and I'm hoping that you like it as well, let's face it. So what I did was I created something that I've never seen before. So I think that I think that it's something that will be very helpful. So when you cut this piece out, which is your shadow piece, whoops, whenever you cut out your shadow piece, you are going to get this. Okay, is everybody with me? Okay. Will this be yes, there is a link for the full release. Yes, there is, and I bet you someone will probably post a link for that. Okay, so this is what your shadow layer looks like. You all with me? So what I did to help myself, and I think it's going to help you as well, is I created these positioners. They are very inexpensive. They are $2.99. If you're a subscriber, you get a discount on them, but can you see this on the outside? Can you all see that? There are two of them. There's one for You Are My Sunshine as well. Can you see that? All right. So that lines up with your shadow. Okay? So you're just going to line it up. You just got to eyeball it. It's very, very simple. I'm going to put a little piece of tape because that will help me. But you don't have to use a little piece of tape if you don't want, if you just trust that you can just line it up and set it there. But literally, it just kind of snaps into place. Once you look at it, it will fit perfectly in that area. And it fits perfectly in that area because it was designed that way. Okay? See how it fits perfectly there? Then you're just going to take your tape. You're going to place it on the back, and then it's right where it's supposed to be. Okay? Now, I might take another little piece of tape, just in case, and place it on the back here, just to make sure I'm really lined up well. But it's completely up to you. You can use no tape, a little bit of tape, but see how it fits perfectly there? So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your glue, or you're going to take your little adhesive runner, or whatever you choose. I'm going to use an adhesive runner because you know I don't like glue. And you're just going to go in, and I'm just going to do a couple of letters here because we have a lot to show, and I'll show you really how this works, you know, in the next couple of days. But you're just going to place your letters right inside of this area. So it's just like kind of putting a puzzle together, okay? So we'll do the B next. And this is very simple. It's really, really simple if you get yourself some coverall adhesive and place your coverall adhesive on here. Because if you do that, then you just pop these out and just put them on. Oh, that's great. That's a really good deal if you're a subscriber. Because I still have so much to show you. And again, you're just going to go in and you're just going to place all of these pieces. I'm just going to place one more. Well, let's do two more. You guys have some time, right? Hopefully. Hopefully you have a little bit of time. Yes, we actually just got the Arc Glitter Glue back, or not Arc Glitter Glue. I always get the two confused. We just got the Bearly Art Glue back in stock. All right, so now all we're going to do, I'm going to place my last piece in here and just pretend that I placed every piece. And now you don't have to use this if you don't want to. If this is something that you feel like you can do without, and I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that can line these up just perfectly. I mean, I know that I can, but that's because I designed it. If you think you can line it up perfectly, then you don't need this positioner at all. But now watch. So when I lift this off of here, you gotta make sure everything's glued down really well. Everything will be exactly where it's supposed to be. Isn't that cool? Everything will be exactly where it's supposed to be. All right? So it just makes it so simple. And these, and also something you can do with this is you could also use this to stencil. So you could stencil your background on top of here if you want to. So it has multiple uses. And then what you would do is you would just keep your inner pieces to put them. I mean, the sky's the limit. I'm sure that all of you will think of about 10 million things you can do with these. But for only $2.99, and you know it fits perfectly on top of here, I mean, you'll be good, right? I think it's fun. I think it's a really fun idea. Hello, Luann. So there we go. All right. So those are those. All right. Are we still good? We've done all the dies. Phew. Let's move on to, do you want to see stencils next or do you want to see paper pads next? You tell me. Stencils or paper pads? Is what missing, Cherie? Okay, whichever one gets 3 first, that is what we'll go with. Okay, so stencils got 3 first, so we'll start with stencils. Okay, let me put my dies away, and let's talk about stencils. Okay. All right. Whew, okay. So let's talk about the letter A is missing. It's just not connected. Oh, yes. So the way that it would work is you would just attach your A separately. You would just attach it here separately. There's still markings for it. See that? So you would just place it on there. Yep, that's a great observation, though. All right, so let's talk stencils. And I'm going to demo a little bit of these stencils with you because they're brilliant. Darren's a genius. I've said it a million times. He just gets me. I mean, the whole creative team's genius, but he's the one that, you know, has to make it come to life. But he just gets me. He gets the whole vibe, and I wouldn't trade him for the world. Hello, Susan. That's okay if you're late. Please just take your note to the front of the room, and you're excused. All right. So first, we're going to start with our mini stencils. So these stencils you all love so very much. You have been scooping these up like crazy because they're just such a great size and so easy to use. So the first one we have is called Fire. So this will create like a flamed background, or it will create a background that you can use for the grilling, or you can use, I mean, there's so many things you can use with a flame background. And then we have the Water. So we have Water and we have Flame, right? Yep, this is Water. So 2 different mini stencils. Again, this is a new size of stencil that we're doing. They're just so easy. They're just so fun. Oh, it's for his birthday too, Shannon. So these are the Fire and the Water. So those are our mini stencils. I'm not going to demo those because those are kind of pretty self-explanatory, wouldn't you say? And then, okay, hold on. So this is where it's going to get crazy because this is just insane how good these are. So y'all know how much I love Slimlines, and y'all know that I started, I mean, I don't want to say I started in the industry because I know I for sure didn't, but it's something that I really take pride in when it comes to the way that stencils are designed, and they are the shifting stencils. So they're the stencils that give you a big open area and then give you additional things to do on top. I think you're all familiar with these. So this one is the What's Cookin', and this is an apron. So the way that this works, and I'm going to demo it for you, don't worry, is that you have one apron, and then you have the different pieces that go on top. Oh, yes, as a car hood. That would be great. So let me show you how this works. This one's going to be mine, okay? Because all of these things that I'm demoing today are mine because I love everything that we have at Brutus Monroe, and I, you know, somewhat developed the company so that I could have all the crafty goodness that I could ever want. I know it's selfish, but I mean, why not, right? So I'm just going to place a little bit of pixie tape. Pixie tape is something that you have to have in your craft arsenal. If you don't have pixie tape yet, please pick some up today with our new release because it is important that you have the pixie tape. I promise it is very important. So now I'm going to take some of the Brutus Monroe blender brushes because why would you use any other type of blender brush? These are just so perfect for these types of stencils. And I'm going to start with some, let's use some Shooting Star ink. And these are new. We just restocked them. We restocked a ton of them because y'all have been scooping these up too. So I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to, now for me, I try to really, really, really saturate my stencil. There are some that will not saturate it a whole lot, which is completely fine. You can do kind of that more loosey-goosey look, but I like to really, really give it a lot of ink. And you don't really have to use a whole lot of ink to achieve that. So I'm just going in and I'm just blending. If you want to use some Pixie spray, you can do that as well. And you all might hear Isaac in the background. He is Tracy's son. He's here with us today. As most of you know, everyone is allowed to bring their kids to work with them if they need to. Isaac, do you want to come say hi to everybody? No? Do you want to come say hi? Come on over. Oh, Addie's here too. Let's all come say hi. Come on over. So this is Addie. This is Daryl's daughter. Come here, Isaac. I'll pick you up so they can see you. And this is Isaac.
Like a raccoon.
This is Tracy's son. You doing good? You having fun? So these are all of our little babies. All right, here. Okay, guys, I have to work. You guys go play. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go play. Go play. All right. Okay, so let's get back to it. So you can see I have my apron put down here. And now I'm going to take my tape off, and you can see the apron is now perfectly placed. Do you see that apron there? I messed it up a little bit. I zhuzhed it up, but that's okay. And then we have Kiss the Cook, Dad's Grillin'. We have this little lobster, or we have the stripes and the checkers. So I'm going to do the stripes and I'm going to do the lobster because why not? So what we're going to do is, you can see here there's little guidelines. So the guidelines match up perfectly with your apron. Can you see that? It's probably going to be hard to see on camera, but just take my word for it. It lines up perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this down. And then I'm going to use a little bit of blue. So we're going to do, I think we'll do I don't want to do too dark of a blue. So we do, don't we? We'll do No Diving. And I'm just going to add the No Diving and these little Brutus Monroe blending brushes. Just make this so easy. Got to be careful though, because this is a delicate. I'd probably just go like in this direction. But you get the idea, right? So I'm adding my stripes. All right, so my stripes are done. And you could do like a whole bunch of these if you want to on one card. How cool would that be? All right, so now we have my stripes. Look at how great that looks. That's a good apron, right? And then we're going to take our lobster, because I mean, lobster is probably one of the only seafoods that I will eat. I love lobster. Okay, we just actually went out for my birthday the other night. My mom got lobster, and it looked so good. All right, so now we're going to grab some red. I'm going to grab the, oh, I just put my finger right in that ink. I'm going to grab the Love Struck, and now we can do our lobster. So you see, I think you're kind of getting the idea here of how easy this is, especially with the small brushes. It's really, really easy. Okay, so now you can see how well that all layers together. All right, so I'm going to lift this off, and here you go. So this is what it looks like with the lobster on it. So again, no, I'm not really into seafood. I never really was. But now you can see how perfectly all of that layers together. Now, of course, the sky's the limit. So if you want to use a glitter glaze, or you want to use a different medium to put through here, there's so much that you can do with this stencil, and it just works so well. Isn't that cool? I just think that that's so cool. So that's our first layering stencil, and now we have a second one. So You know, we couldn't stop with just one. We have a second one. Our second one is called beach towel. Look at how incredible this is. So we have a beach towel, and then there are 3 different beach towel patterns that you can put on top of it. Isn't that amazing? I just think that this is so cool. So we're going to do this one too. I want to show you how this one works as well. So I'm just going to grab this stencil and I'm going to pull it out of here. And again, you're going to need, you're going to want to make sure that you have a little bit of pixie tape for this, because the pixie tape. Now, when you're doing a larger area like this, which this was much larger than the one we did before, you're going to want to use, I would say, a larger blending brush. I mean, that's my own personal opinion. You don't have to use a larger blender brush. You can use the regular Brutus Monroe blending brushes that I just showed you, but I usually will use a larger blending brush when I do that. And don't throw away this. Don't throw away this tape. You can reuse this tape over and over and over again. Okay. Now for the shark, I most likely will use a smaller blending brush. So I'm just going to use this blending brush from Taylor, from Tailored Expressions. And we do sell these larger ones as well. And I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to slowly start to build up the color. You don't need to do a whole lot to get yourself some color down here, okay? So just, you know, slow and steady, really. Don't get too crazy with it, because you don't need, you can always build up color, but you can't take that color away, right? So I'm just going in and I'm just blending, and this is going to give us our beach towel base, okay? Then we're going to go back in. I'm just going to peel off my pixie tape. And again, this will make the shark as well as the pineapple and then the wave pattern. So whichever one floats your boat. So now you peel this away. Now we have our beach towel. See that? So that's what our beach towel looks like. And then we can take our shark, and it fits perfectly inside of this area. And then we'll place our tape back on top, just using the same tape. We don't want to waste. Place that on top. Grab your Brutus Monroe blending brush. Grab your ink. And then you're just going to go in and you're going to add your color. So I've noticed with the Simon Hurley inks, that, which is, you know, really the only inks that we sell, the dye-based inks, is they really like to absorb one another. So when you get started, if it seems like the ink is not blending correctly or the ink is not working incorrectly, you just want to give it a little bit, more time, because if the ink below it is not dry yet, it's going to try to absorb that ink and blend together, which is really what you want. You really want it to absorb, whoops, and grab that. I'm trying to go too quickly because I have so much more to share with you, but you are going to go in and just add in your color, okay? And now we can lift this off, and there is our little beach towel. Isn't that great? And there's a phenomenal card that I just saw while I was pulling things for marketing that Shannon did using this, where she cut out the beach towels. And I just think it's so cool. So cute. All right, any questions about those layering ones so far? Beach towel is not showing on the website. Shannon, Darren, 911, can you figure out why it's not showing on the website? All right, so then we have one more slim line, and this slim line is called lily pads. Now, these lily pads, of course, coordinate with the frogs and the lily pad stamp, and this is just a very cool, Darren fixed it. Okay, we're good. So this is really, really cool, and it's just a beautiful background. You'll have to take a look on our website. There are so many projects using this, and I think you'll really, really love it. So this is the lily pad slim line. And then we have 2 more. So of course, our little frogs need a place to swim, right? So this is the pool stencil. The way this stencil works is we have given you the inside and the outside. So this is the outside layer. So this layer would be your rocks, or they would be your stones, or whatever you want them to be. And then we've also given you the inside piece. So the way that this would work is you could attach this in here. You can do all of your stones, do all of that, and then you can pull this piece out, and you can then stencil on the inside. You may want to mask off this area when you're stenciling on the inside There are just so many different things that you're able to do, or stencil this first, put this on top. But this is just such a fun, I mean, it literally looks like a pool. I mean, right? This is a pool. So that is the pool stencil. And it really, I love it because it creates quite a dynamic perspective where you can really see, you know, where things are. So this one, well, it's hard to pick a favorite. It's like a favorite child, but this one is by far one of the coolest stencils we've ever done. So this one is called Shades. Look at how fun this stencil is. So inside of one of the die packages, let me figure out which one it is. I think it's the You Are My Sunshine. Let me pop this open. It is. So inside of this packaging, this is a card that I made. And look at how cool that looks when you ink it up. Isn't that amazing? I just think that's so cool. So that is what it looks like when you ink it up. So that is the Shades stencil. I just love it. I think it's so cool. So that is Shades. We'll definitely be using that this week. I can promise you that. All right. Are we ready for paper pads? Let me know. Let me know. We still have quite a bit to cover. Is everybody still with me? Did you grab your favorite tropical beverage? Bring them on. Okay, Susan, you asked for it. Let's go. All right, so next up, we have two different paper pads. As you always know, we have Summer Break, and we also have, so we usually do one that's a little more whimsical and fun, and we do one that's a little bit more serious and bold. So Summer Break is the whimsical and fun, and in this pack we have suns, we have sun rays, we have little shades. Did you show us the lily pad? I was busy searching. I did. I'll show you it one more time after this. We have the leaves. Look at this. These condiments that are mustard and ketchup and mayo. I just love them. Oh my. Then we have the gingham tablecloth, picnic cloth. Then we have the clouds. We have water that you can use in the background, which actually would be really cool. So if you use this pool stencil, you could go ahead and you could trace this out. I think that's what I'm going to do. Trace this, cut this out, and then use that. Just do this whole piece, and then trace this out and just pop that in the center. That would be really cool. Hello, Joyce. Then we have the burgers. I love these burgers. I think these are so cool because they are on a purple background, and I just think that's so, like, just something you wouldn't expect, which I think is really cool. Then we have the gingham tablecloth in purple, and we have the watermelon slices, and then we have grass, and then it starts all over again, okay? So you get 12 sheets, and there are 12 patterns, 2 of each, so 24 sheets. You can see here on the back, always, you can just flip it over now and it will show you what's on the inside. Our paper pads didn't used to be padded like this, but they are now. We have a new manufacturer that we love, and that is how they are. So this next one is, I mean, they're both my favorite, but this one's really my favorite because it reminds me of my childhood. So this one is called Vintage Patio. So Vintage Patio is all about those pool parties that were back in the 70s, 80s. This was everywhere. So these patterns were the lining of my grandma's pool. They were her bathing suit. They were the surround of the pool. This is, reminds me of the concrete that was surrounding the pool. These were the patterns on the cushions. These were the patterns on the umbrellas. I mean, these patterns were everywhere. So Vintage Patio, look at these patterns. Oh my goodness, you're going to be using these patterns. We'll do them side by side. You're going to be using these patterns for more than just the, look at this. Oh my goodness. For more than just your vintage patio. But this is a vintage pool party to me. I'm telling you. My goodness, are these cool. I love them so much. So this is the Vintage Patio. Underground patio. Yes! Right, Shannon? I mean, it reminds me of every patio from that time. So again, this is Vintage Patio. There are 12 patterns, 2 of each. And this is just such a great paper pad. I think that you're going to end up using this a lot. I mean, I'm definitely going to be using this quite a bit. Quite a bit. So those are the paper pads. Whew, all right, we're on a roll. We're halfway through. Well, a little more than halfway through. All right, so next up we have our washi sheets. So there have been so many of you that have absolutely fallen in love with our washi sheets. So we decided that we needed to do a washi sheet for the summer release as well. This is called Endless Weekend. If you have never used one of our washi sheets before, I will show you how they work. So it's just a sheet of washi, and the way that they work is let me just grab a piece of, do I have a piece of, oh, here we go. Piece of scrap paper, and the way that they work is you're going to just peel them right off of your sheet, and it is a full piece of washi. So do you see that? You just add it to your card. And the reason I developed these, whoops, let me move these out of the way. The reason I developed these was because I don't know if you're like me, but I have never used a full roll of washi. I mean, for what it was intended for. I use it to hold down dies and stuff all the time, but I've never used a full roll of washi. So what I developed these for was so that you could just take these off of here, and you can very easily, I mean, look, I'm creating a background for a summer card in about 2 seconds. All I'm doing is placing these on, like so. See, and now you have washi. And I think they're very inexpensive. I can't remember what they retail for, but I know that it's very comparable to a washi, and you'll actually use all of these up. So see how that, and you just flip them over, and now we're gonna have, in about 2 shakes of a lambie's tail, we're gonna have a full backdrop for our card, and it was just while we were chit-chatting. See that? Now add a sentiment to that, and you're done. That's all you gotta do. $2.99. My goodness, we're just giving things away. So you get 2 sheets of them, and again, look at how beautiful. So simple, and it's so simple, and it's so elegant, right? So those are the washi sheets. They are Endless Weekend BRU 3808. Okay, so that is that. Now let's talk about our brand new conversation clippings. So I introduced a new size of conversation clippings. If any of you took my class, it was my class for the garden party. If any of you took that class, you know that I introduced a new size, and these are our new conversation clipping sizes. So you now get 2 sheets instead of 4, but you're technically getting the same amount. But look at these. So what's really cool about these is you still get 1 white and 1 black, but I've given you larger sentiments now as well. So you're getting sentiments like sun's out, bun's out. That's hilarious for grilling. Soak up the sun. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. Fun in the sun. But then you have these beautiful new sentiments at the top. Like sunny days are ahead, smile. Hey sunshine, stay cool, kick back and relax. Sun-kissed, summer vibes. Thank you. So now you have the small sentiments. So what I would call like your secondary sentiments, and you get them in both colors, but you also receive the larger ones. So you really get the best of both worlds, because sometimes you need a smaller sentiment and sometimes you need a larger sentiment. So we wanted to develop ones that are both ways, both sizes. So these are the conversation clippings, and they are foilable. As most of you know, you can run this through your Mink machine or your laminator with some foils. They would have to be like the toner foils, and you can foil them. So those are the new conversation clippings. All right, so let's do the last little bits of paper, and then we're almost done. We are almost finally completed. So we're introducing something new this time around. Now, I'm going to let all of you know that if there's one thing that's going to sell out first, it's going to be this, without a doubt in my mind, because these are, I think, one of the coolest things that I have ever designed in my history of working here at Brutus Monroe, and I'm obsessed with them. So we did the full color panels previously. So we did those panels that were for the garden party, and they sold out in like 30 seconds. We have more on the way, don't worry. But we now have more panels, and these are called the holographic full A2 sized card panels. Wait until you see these designs. So I know you all love holographic paper, but sometimes it doesn't give off the look that you want because it doesn't hit the light the right way. So these panels are just so spectacular, and they really look like a holographic background without using the holographic paper. They really are going to play tricks on your eyes because they look like they are a shiny holographic, but they're not. They are a flat paper. Isn't that, I love these so much. So these are probably going to be the first thing that sells out. We got a ton of them, but they're probably going to be the first thing that goes because they are just so cool. So again, you can utilize these to make it look like you have a holographic background, but they aren't holographic. They are just a flat, standard piece of paper. I mean, they're printed, but I just think that these are so cool. So use these for your backgrounds, use these for your die cuts, use these in any way that you see fit, but I think you're really going to love these. These are just really cool. So these are the holographic card panels, and actually Shannon and Darren had no idea that I designed these. So these are a surprise to them as well. It's actually, I think, a surprise to Heather. It's a surprise to everybody because I just kind of slipped these under the radar because they were something that I wanted to create with, and now you guys can get them too. So I had to order, a lot of them for me to get one set, but hopefully you like them too. So buying or ordering a lot of them wasn't a terrible idea. So those are the holographic A2 size card panels. Okay, 2 more bits that are exclusive to Brutus Monroe. These are 2 new items that we have added. So first and foremost, we have the new Popsicle Ephemera. The way the Popsicle Ephemera works is it comes in this little baggie here, and you are going to receive a whole bunch of different popsicles. So these are what the popsicles look like. And you'll notice the way that the artwork is, I think you get 6 popsicles. Yep. So 6 different popsicles. And you can see the way that they're designed. You see how the popsicle's inside of there? And then we have the popsicle sticks. So the popsicle sticks, my favorite part of eating popsicles when I was little was the words. So we have stay cool, you're too sweet, you're one of a kind, let's chill, hello friend, and anything is popsicle, which is hilarious. So the way this works is when you place it behind here, it's going to create the illusion because of the way that I designed it that the popsicle is inside. See how cool that is? So it makes it look like the popsicle is or the popsicle stick is inside of the popsicle. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. So those are the brand new Popsicle Ephemera. And I'm going to try to put these back in here as neatly as Natalia does, because Natalia, she puts them in here so perfectly. And I'm going to mess them all up. And normally she's not in here with me, but she's standing right beside me so she could see if I put them in terribly. But she'll probably just fix them for me anyway. She'll be like, oh no, I don't think I did that bad. Okay. So then we have the flip-flops. So these are something that's brand new as well. So we are now going to start doing die cuts. So they're already pre-die cut for you because, I mean, how simple is that? So these are the flip-flop die cuts. They are die cut out of our glitter stock. So what you'll receive is, of course, you'll receive the little pieces that go on top of them, but you're going to get 4 pairs of flip-flops. Look at how beautiful this if you haven't used our glitter stock yet, my goodness. And then of course the pairs go together like this. I will definitely be using these on a project coming up. And again, they are already die cut for you, so it makes it so simple. And then all you do is you're just going to take your little piece like this, and it perfectly layers on top, and there's your flip-flop. We did the flip-flop bases or the flip-flop top pieces in white, so you could color them whatever color you would like. But again, these are already pre-done for you, and you don't have to do any die cutting. They're already ready to go. So how cool is that? I think that's really, really cool. And I'm not even going to attempt to put these back in here the way that they were in here because I know that I will never get them to look as great as the team does. So I'm just going to set these to the side. But those are the flip-flops, okay? Set those over there. That's how you can wrangle them for me maybe later. And then last but not least, we have 2 consumables this time. We have a new Squeaky Clean. I already have 2 of them in here because these ones are mine because they smell so good. These are the new Squeaky Cleans, and these are in pink lemonade. So you can see on here probably the pink lemonade that's on the bottle. So these smell like pink lemonade, and they smell so incredibly good. And then we also have our newest glitter glaze. This glitter glaze, if you are a teal fan, if you are a blue fan, this glitter glaze is for you. So this is a color like no other that we've ever done before. Remember, when you get your glitter glaze, it has this little cap on the top of it. You want to just kind of zhuzh off that. And this is your, and I always love smelling the glitter glaze because it smells so good, but it is just, it's absolutely incredible. It's like a blizzard. If you can flip it over and it pours out, you get it for free. Let me show you what that looks like. I'm just going to grab real quick, Natalia, a piece of black paper so you can see what this looks like. And we'll just actually just do a little swatch of it. And let me show you just how beautiful this is. It looks really, really cool on black paper because it has like a, okay, you guys can't see it because the lights are too bright, but don't worry, I'll bring it up so you can see it better. But it almost has like a, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It's just, it's holographic, iridescent, and all of those wonderful things. So let me put that back on top of there. And this is called, I should have mentioned, this is called Splash. This is Splash. Now take a look. Oh my goodness. The lighting is, oh, there you go. Oh my word. It is just so beautiful. And I'll also do it on white real quick so you can see what it looks like on white, because you'll be able to see the blue a little bit better. But it's like an iridescent blue. It's like the sea. It's like a splash. It really is. So let me go ahead and smear some on here. And it's very pretty. And then I'll have these on Monday to show you as my samples once they dry. Okay. Splash. Well, we will have another color for the mermaid box. Don't you worry. Wait until you see the mermaid box this year. So you can see it is a beautiful light, beautiful turquoisey blue. It's just very pretty. So those are those two. Ordering question. I'm a new member of the Stencil of the Month Club. How do I get member discount when I place an order? Carol, you won't need a member discount. I'm actually going to go to the front view camera here in just a second. Natalia's taking my flip-flops because she's going to fix them. So you should not need that. Are you logged in? Because if you're logged in, you will automatically get your discount. It's automatic. Yeah, wait till you see what we have in store for that mermaid box. I'm in the process of checking out logged in. No discount is coming up. Okay, Carol. Well, give me 1 second. I would tell you normally to call into our customer service, but unfortunately, our customer service is not here today. So hold on 1 second. Let me go in and let me check here real quick. If you don't mind waiting one moment. This is, if this isn't normally, I want to let everybody know this normally I cannot do, but I'm going to check for Carol because our customer service is gone today. Whoops. Okay. Oh, I see why. Hold on, I'm going to fix you right now, my friend. You should be good now. So refresh, and it should give you a discount. You might have to refresh. You might have to refresh 1 or 2 times. but it should work now. It was you. I think you signed up before. We had to do a whole conversion of our website, and our website had to be converted over. Well, let's just say on the back end, we have a much more robust subscription service now because of how many subscribers we have. So we had to. Long story short, we had to transfer a lot of stuff over, and you got mixed in because you started yours at the very beginning of the month, and it literally just got fixed like 2 weeks ago or 1 week ago. No problem, Carol. You should be good now. I'm not going to let you go. I'm not going to get off the line until you let me know if it worked for you. So any questions about that release? My goodness gracious, isn't that a crazy release? Also, while you have your questions, while you're thinking of your questions, Doodlebug has arrived, and is that an incredible collection? So there are 2 collections that we brought in. There are puppy dogs and there are kitties. Both of them are available now. Both of them you can now get in store and take a look at those because they are really, really incredible. And also to all of you that love the popcorn out there, I know there were tons of you that loved the popcorn when we brought it in last time. We usually keep it just for our in-store folks, but we've added all of that stuff online because there were so many of you that said, Christopher, why the heck can't I get the delicious treats that everybody can get when they're in store? It worked. Yay! Good, Carol. So if you are a lover of our popcorn, we have 5 new flavors that we brought. It was not our popcorn, but we locally source it. We have strawberry lemonade. Let me see if I can remember them. Strawberry lemonade, barbecue, pizza, pina colada. I think there's one more that I can't remember. I'm pretty sure there's one more, but I can't remember it. Oh, candy. Wait until you see the food and the candy and all of that stuff. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot. Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns? I see there are a lot of you on the website right now. So please be patient and just know that it may take our fulfillment team. Y'all know our fulfillment team is very quick. We know that. But we're getting a lot of orders and we appreciate the orders. Thank you so much. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you so much for the orders. But it might take a couple of days to get all of the orders fulfilled. So please be patient with our fulfillment team and our team here at Brutus Monroe, because it is going to take a couple of days, if not about a week, to get all of the orders sorted and sent out. We appreciate them so much, but we'll get them out as quickly as we possibly can. Thank you, Tina. As quickly as we can. All right, so that's everything. Make sure you take a look at the popcorn. Make sure you take a look at the new Doodlebug. We have some new books that just came in too, because my better half is an English teacher, and we have to have books. We have to have tons of books, right? So that's all I have for you today. So I will bid you all adieu so that you can go and you can take a look at all of the different products that we have just launched. If anything goes out of stock, don't worry, we will be restocking. Most of these items will be evergreen. Evergreen at Brutus Monroe just means that we will have it forever. The I Love You a Bushel and a Peck, the You Are My Sunshine will definitely be evergreen. The other items will probably be more of a summer type of a situation. But, we'll see. We'll see how they go. Lots of evergreen things are sometimes happen because of how much you all love them and how much you're ordering them. Yes, Hoppy shopping. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for being a part of my life. I appreciate you all so very much and love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for allowing me to do what I love every single day. And because of your hanging out with me, it makes it so easy to do it every day. I will see you all very, very soon. Remember to create something every single day, whether that's something with a summer theme or your own ending. I care about you all very much, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. Goodbye, my friends.